My name is Pecolia Manigo. I'm also a mother of three children who attend public schools in Oakland, California. I'm a born and raised San Franciscan, and I'm really excited to be able to talk to you today about the concerns that I have, as well as the concerns I've heard from parents who are a part of Bay Area Parent Leadership Action Network, an organization to whom I work with. We've heard a lot of parents lift up concerns around just even the current conditions of virtual learning and the districts being unable to fulfill those conditions. When you start talking about opening up schools for in person instruction, parents get really nervous about that because we've not yet got the full commitment in virtual learning. And now we're adding new conditions around safety, new conditions around, being able to ensure that bringing multiple households together is still, a viable option. And there's just not a lot of faith in our elected officials, a lot of faith in public health, a lot of faith in our county, um, systems to really do right by children. And I think that that's something that has gone very unheard. There's been a lack of engagement of Black, Latino, immigrant families who have been seeking accountability during COVID-19 for the rampant spread of the virus in our communities and the disproportionate responses. I think that, what's also been very, very sad about this reopening for in person instruction is just a lack of understanding what true equity looks like, a lack of engaging families on what's been working or not working for them during this pandemic, but also a lack of respect for the expertise that families have around what's best for our children. My child is in kindergarten. One of my children is in fifth grade. Another one of my child is a senior, and they each have very unique needs that I'm really grateful that our teachers have eventually began to really listen to me on and partner with me on so that virtual learning could be beneficial for me as a co-parent. Co-teacher is another way that I say this these days. But while we're talking about reopening schools, we're really losing a lot of that partnership in the conversation. We're really seeing a lot of folks in our community who are not being engaged in these conversations at the district level, feel like they're being left out, feel like people are speaking on their behalf who are not in our communities. And it really brings to question whether equity is happening at the level that it could be statewide. It's important for all of us to take a moment to really hear from Black, Latino, immigrant, and Indigenous communities directly before we assume what folks really need or don't need. And that's our ask, that's our hope. That's my hope. I really want to see my children's individual needs taken care of, but I don't want it to be done at the risk of them contracting COVID, a disease that we do not yet know the full implications and long term effects. And I think that this is why we want to make sure that we stand with our teachers, our educators who are calling for safety measures that are important, that are critical, that are in place around the world. And California should be no exception. Thank you.